Organised Labour say the proposed 60% increase in base pay is intended to help workers deal with the rising cost of living as a result of high inflation. In a letter signed by the General Secretary of TUC, Dr. Yalba, and Chairman of the Forum of Public Sector Workers, Isaac Bampoado, Organised Labour also cites the 15% cost of living allowance granted to the national daily minimum wage as grounds for their proposal. They want the annual base pay on the single spine salary structure for 2023 increased. Last week, there was a meeting between Labour and the government to thrash out the issues, but the meeting ended inconclusively. Subsequently, another meeting was held on Tuesday, November 22, but again, there was no compromise on either side. The various Labour unions present spoke to the media after the meeting.
So far, they've been explaining things to us. We are also explaining things to them. Well, we are still negotiating. So when we finish, we'll get the end result. We have sent our proposals to them, and they want to be at an agreeable zone. But so far, I think the zone we are in is not agreeable.
It is not our fault that the budget will be read without concluding negotiations. We have August 2022. April 2022 to have finished with the negotiations. The law says finish negotiations by April so that November you read your budget. What were you doing all this time? What were you doing? It wasn't our fault that we have not finished concluding negotiations. And it is not our fault whether the budget will be read or not. That one is government's cake.
Before we came in, our members also spoke to us. We are the subjects for discussion by our members when we accepted the 4% and the 7% for 2021 and 2022, thinking that we are all making sacrifices so that the economy will be better. Today, what are we seeing? The sacrifices we made is not bringing out anything, and for that matter, whatever our members are telling us is that if we don't get what they are demanding, we shouldn't come back home. All of us are not safe. Yes, we understand the situation, but who is making the sacrifice for who?
Look at the lives that the ordinary public sector worker is leading and the condition they find themselves in. Unfortunately, through no fault of theirs, because as workers, we go to work and we do what we have to do. And we expect to be rewarded fairly, not necessarily more than what we do, but fairly, to be commensurate with what we do. And we have a life to lead. And what is happening is that workers are gradually and continuously being pushed into the poverty space. And we don't think that that is what we want as citizens of this country and public sector workers.
They have tabled 12%, as we already know, and we are at 60%. So look at the gap. So we will wait and see how it goes. And like I said, looking at all the difficulties we've gone through over the years in terms of not bridging the gap between the minimum wage and the base pay, we are looking at not disappointing the masses down there who are our members and ensuring that we are able to take home something better for all of them.
The labour unions are expected to meet government again on Wednesday, November 23, 2022.
We are dealing with, give and then take. And if you are not coming to ad idem, automatically you then have to adjourn and come back. But the willingness of both parties to engage, as I keep saying, is there. And you could tell that, yes, they wish that they get a certain amount. And we are also saying that we are also considering lots of things. It will be difficult where they are. We need to calm down. They need to, and then we are not getting meeting minds. That is where we are. I'm sure tomorrow, God willing, we'll be able to have a truce.
Organised Labour say they're not relenting on the 60% that they have tabled before government. They say hopefully Wednesday, 23rd November, another meeting scheduled would hopefully bring this to a finality. For Citi News, my name is Inu Safo.